sound off.
This is the Red Barn.
Hey, hello one and all. Good to have you with us on Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker, and this is season 19 of Red Barn Radio. And tonight we welcome you to show number 741. John. Our staff and our artists so appreciate that you continue to visit the Red Barn Radio YouTube and Twitch channels to enjoy our Wednesday live streams. And this week we bring to Red Barn Sunmates, the sound of organic synth pop from the South. What is organic synth pop, you might ask? Well, organic synth pop is what the band calls a cosmic connection of nature with city. And their brand of it they also call unrefutably Southern. Open your ears to all the South has to offer. Welcome Sunmates to the Red Barn stage.
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Good to have you all with us here on Red Barn Radio. The members of our performers this evening, Sunmates, share unique bonds and histories. Though John Fisk founded Sunmates, over time the band has grown to become a tight-knit community with a collaborative approach to writing and arranging. Sunmates is rounded out by Shelby Watson on synth and guitar, Logan Todd on bass and synth, and Brandon Smith on drums and vocals. Please welcome Sunmates back to the Red Barn stage.
We're taking steps to make this right. Ooh, I miss you too, but the night's still young. And now I'm fed up with all the things I have to say. They just keep taking me down, and I don't want to pray. Ooh, you've got your mother's hair and you've got a truth. I don't want to wake up and find the truth about love is all this love I have for you, it should have been mine. No, I don't want to wake up and find the truth about love is all this love I have for you, it should have been mine. Don't ruin all the songs you love. Oh, cruising down the road, we're singing them out loud. You've got me driving up the 75, and I'm recounting all the things that are always kicking me inside. I don't want to wake up and find the truth about love is all this love I have for you, it should have been mine. No, I don't want to wake up and find the truth about love is all this love I have for you, it should have been mine. Oh, it should have been. I don't want to let you go. Oh, no, but I think I've got to let you know. Oh, that I am petrified that I'll find your truth was a lie. She said, I don't want to ruin all the songs you love. Cruising down the road, we're singing them out loud. special. Finding people in your daily routine. You just think about sex and finding someone who will give you the time of day. There's nothing special about that. All your friends have seen it play out. It's not that cool to us. There's nothing special about that. We're getting over it. But if you're not good for that, then what are we doing anyway? And if you're not good for that, I'm done. Oh. Hey, why you giving your love away? Special, telling people you don't want more. Just think about finding someone new to spend the days with when you are bored. There's nothing special about that. All your friends have seen it play out. It's not that cool to us, oh no. There's nothing special about that. We're getting over it. When push comes to shove and you're still on a ledge, will you balance on? When push comes to shove and you're still on a ledge, will you balance on? What are we doing anyway? And if you're not good for that, I'm done. Oh. Why you giving your love away? Hey, oh, why you giving your love away? Your love away. Hey, why you giving your love away? Hey, oh, why you giving your love away? Your love away. I used to think there was something special. Used to think there was something special. Ooh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in. We are Sunmates. Like Brad said, we're from Lexington, Kentucky, and we call ourselves Organic Synth Pop. And we're really excited for this opportunity to be on Red Barn tonight, such a prestigious program filled with so many amazing artists, and we're very lucky and happy to be one of them tonight. Awesome.
All right, John, you just played a couple of tunes, sort of in a medley format.
Yes.
Oh, all right, good. Well, thanks. I wasn't positive about that, and this is a good way for us to start talking about the music that you play. But before we get into sort of like what synth pop is about, I wonder if you might just tell us, as the founder of this operation, you know, where things started for you. Where are you from, for instance? Are you from Lexington?
I am from Lexington. I actually started writing for this band back in 2018, and at the time, I was living in Middletown, Ohio, which is about 20 miles north of Cincinnati, and I had moved there for a music project. And then when that ended in 2018, I moved back to Lexington. I started on a collection of demos. This was my first kind of move into self-recording and self-producing music. And then in the summertime, Brandon, through mutual friends, hit me up on Facebook and mentioned that he was a drummer and he was looking for a project, and then the stars aligned. And
all right, Brandon.
we got together, and that's how we met, and then the band has formed since then with Logan and Shelby.
Oh, cool. So why don't you go back, if you wouldn't mind, to sort of where your music comes from. Was there music in your house? Kind of wondering if you can sort of rap on your memory's door and find out, you know, like think about when was the first time that music sort of got inside of you?
Music has been a big part of my household growing up, pretty much forever. Both my older sisters were in marching band. We were all in the Beaumont Dunbar family of schools, and so I grew up going to a lot of marching band competitions, and then in 5th grade I started playing trombone and picked up the guitar around then, and I've really just been playing ever since. And my mom, who raised me, she was very encouraging of music and pursuing that and learning, so you know, she got me guitar lessons and just really pushed me to do any of the band opportunities that I could growing up.
Was there anything else that you really dug in school, or for you were you just a music head from the time you were an early teen?
I was definitely a music head. Growing up, my dad showed me like the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show. That was like my first introduction to rock music, and I really loved like everything about it, between, you know, the sets that they would have on the Ed Sullivan Show and their equipment. I just thought it was super cool and wanted to do something like that.
Cool. So he showed you some YouTube vids of those shows?
Oh yeah.
Ah, cool.
So we were big Beatles fans growing up, and like the Clash, a lot of different like British bands kind of formed my musical taste, I would say, growing up.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of curious to know if you connect the training and the discipline of being in a marching band with with your continued interest in music. Was that a really great experience for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, how so?
Well, I think Kentucky is a very lucky state. We have great music education programs, you know, just for public education. We have very distinguished band teachers and programs all across Kentucky. So I was very lucky to grow up with those principles, because there's a lot of repetition. There's a lot of, my old high school band teacher used to say, like, good enough is neither good nor enough. So that sort of figure of speech is kind of instilled in me, and I carry that on today for sure.
Now, when I think of marching band music, I don't think so much of less is more. We think about that all the time in other sort of music. How is that true in marching band?
I mean, you're one of 100 people in marching band, so there's a lot of times, and I grew up playing trombone as well, where, and Logan probably connects with this, but you know, the bass and the lower brass instruments, they tend to do like a lot of whole notes and a lot of sustained notes, and they're not doing as much to the movement of the song. But if you take that out, you're missing so much of that like sonic spectrum. So I think that, you know, knowing those dynamics and how music kind of works, the science behind it has really helped us, because we've been able to take certain frequencies and build melodies there and not impede on each other's space and have a very full sounding mix at shows.
Oh, that's very, very cool. Yeah, that's a neat connection to that experience. So I wonder if you might take a minute and decipher this idea that your music is Southern. Now, I've been saying that, for the last couple of weeks when we've talked about you all coming on, and when I announced you last week, I emphasized that idea, Southern, and all of that business. But I'm not sure if I really understand just how yet. Could you explain that a little bit? Talk through that.
I would say it's partly due to our demographic. Like, we are all very much, Shelby's from Georgia. We all grew up here in Lexington, so we've grown up with a lot of like bluegrass and Americana and country music. And I think a lot of our structure of our songs is borrowed from Southern music, where it's, verse, chorus, you have a certain melody or a motif that's gonna carry through that song. And the songwriting itself with the lyrics is very situational and personal and tells a story. And we're trying to do that with our music, with the stories that we're telling through our EP, through each song and its progression. We're trying to, sort of set a scene and convey a message and keep that storytelling sort of dynamic alive, but in our genre of synth pop.
So is the story that you tell with your music, is it primarily sort of a sonic story, or do you have a lot of emphasis on lyric in your music?
I would say there's definitely an emphasis on the lyrics. If you listen to our first EP, the songs are structured kind of in a way that you would watch a television show or a movie. There's very much an introduction. There's some sort of conflict that arises in the second song. There's a low moment in the third song that really kind of, there's some heavy emotion there. And then there's sort of a rising climax of like, not battle, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then the conclusion at the very end of the story. So we've definitely tried to mirror that both in the production of the EP and the way that it flows sonically and with the lyrics tied together.
All right. And so your EP, is this something that that you guys produced on your own? Somehow you impressed me as the kind of guy who would like sort of being at the helm in the studio, not handing over what you're doing to somebody else. Is that true?
That's true. The first EP we produced with Cole Clark, who owns a studio just outside of Lexington in Nicholasville. And he is the most patient and generous man, because I can't tell you how many times we've revised our first EP before we were like, all right, we're ready, to put it out. So he helped us produce the first EP, and then this past year we've self-produced our second EP that's about to come out.
Nice.
In October.
Did you feel that Cole understood what you all were doing, or that you were able to sort of communicate that to him? You say he was a patient guy. That's an attribute for a guy in the studio.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I think he did his best to understand where we were. Granted, at the time, we didn't have any music out. We had some demos. We weren't even a full band, really. So he understood as much as he could and helped us find our sound. And I really don't think we would be in the same position today without him, because his patience and guidance, there are so many studio tricks that he showed us that we carry on today. And I actually rent his back room at the studio, so I'm constantly asking him questions like, hey, I'm trying to get this sound. Do you know what I could try? And, sometimes he'll even set the mics up with me, and he loves just doing that stuff. So,
all right.
He's a great guy.
Right on. I'm talking with John Fisk. John's band is called Sunmates, and we call it John's band, but it's really very much a collaborative thing. And we're going to talk to not only more to John, but also to Shelby, Logan, and Brandon in our next segment of the interview. And we're just glad to have you guys with us. And let's welcome back Sunmates on Red Barn Radio.
Thank you. This song is off of our new EP. It's called Choosers.
want you either way. Maybe we can take it slow, knowing that I want you either way. Either way. Oh, let my heart do the talking again. Now look where I am, what I'm feeling for you. Gotta know if you're feeling it too. Yeah. Wanna know how it feels to be loved back by you. That's just who I am. Wanna feel your love, wanna feel your love, wanna feel your love. Had it to myself too long, should've told you how I felt. Hold your love, wanna hold your love, wanna hold your love. Can't change how I'm set on you, but if I could choose, oh, I still love you. Wanna feel your love, wanna feel your love. Anyone could have told me it's not worth it. From the heart that never stops. I should have taken my time. Every other thought seems to escape. But you, baby, it's vintage love we got, with the glow of age and all the time slipping away from you, away from me. Years, oh, whatever it is, I've known you as a friend. I've known you as a lover. Wanna know how it feels to be loved back by you. That's just who I am. Wanna feel your love, wanna feel your love, wanna feel your love. Had it to myself too long, should've told you how I felt. Hold your love, wanna hold your love, wanna hold your love. Can't change how I'm set on you, but if I could choose, I still love you. I wanna feel your love, wanna feel your love. And anyone could have told me it's not worth it, but my heart will never stop.
Thank you. This song is called Do You Want to Feel Like Me, and you can listen to it on our first EP titled Sunmates.
You don't wanna call it like it is. You don't wanna feel how you make me feel. Know from the way you move. Said I know from the way you move. You're moving on, 'cause you moved on. You don't wanna call it like it is. You don't wanna know how you make me feel. Know from the way you move. Said I know from the way you move. You're moving on, 'cause you moved on. Take a break and call me back. You don't wanna live like that. Did you say goodbye? Did you leave in the light? Fake the pain till it gets real, and I'm too emasculated to share how I'm feeling. I know, and did I even try? Take a break and have a smoke. How'd you say we used to talk? How'd you say it made you cry? Now it's night and I try, but it's too close. You don't wanna call it like it is. You don't wanna know how you make me feel. Know from the way you move. Said I know from the way you move. You're moving on, 'cause you moved on. You don't wanna tell it like it was. how you make me feel. I know from the way you move. Said I know from the way you move. You're moving on, 'cause you moved on. Take a break and call me back. You don't wanna live like that. Did you say goodbye? Did you leave in the light? Fake the pain till it gets real, but I'm too emasculated to share how I'm feeling. I know. Did I even try? Take a break and have a smoke. How'd you say we used to talk? How'd you say it made you cry? Now it's night and I try, but it's too close. You don't wanna call it like it is.
This song is called How I'm Doing, and it will be on our second EP coming out this October.
Don't wanna be alone with you, and only thinking how I'm feeling. Don't wanna be alone with you tonight. Still think of you, and I don't know what to do. I've got to console me, and only console how I'm feeling. I don't want to know what you're doing now. It's best we just keep this to ourselves. Baby, I can change your mind. If you ask me how I'm doing, I'll say I'm doing just fine. You can change my mind. Nothing ever happens, and you will never mind. Don't wanna be alone with you, and only thinking how I'm feeling. Can't be alone with you tonight. We should wait and walk it off, talk it off, when morning comes to light. And baby, I can change your mind. If you ask me how I'm doing, I'll say I'm doing just fine. You can change my mind, and nothing ever happens, you will never mind. I wanna be alone with you tonight. Even if you ask me how I'm doing, don't wanna be alone with you tonight. And baby, I can change your mind. If you ask me how I'm doing, I say I'm doing just fine. You can change my mind, and nothing ever happens, and you will never mind. I
Thank you.
Hey, listeners, before we get on with more music from Sunmates, I got to tell you something. Next week on the Red Barn Radio live stream, we've got Jordan Allen and the Bellwethers. This great alt-country indie folk band based in South Central Kentucky has been performing as Jordan Allen and the Bedwetters been performing as Jordan Allen and the Bellwethers since May of 2013. In 2016, their song "The Wanderer" took home the overall winner at the Richard Lay Songwriters Festival. The band's frontman, Jordan, has been included on the Writers' Night roster at the historic Bluebird Cafe in Nashville, Tennessee, since February of 2017. Don't miss next week's program with Jordan Allen and the Bellwethers, live for you on Red Barn Radio, the program that's been bringing you roots music, Southern style for 20 years. Now let's get back to tonight's Red Barn Radio program. We come to you live on our social media platforms, broadcasting from the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the grand city of Lexington, Kentucky. Please welcome back Sunmates to the Red Barn stage.
This song is called Flowers.
Flower in the pot, don't you feel so lonesome? Nobody like you, though you show so much beauty. It's how you talk to me. You're a ghost from the past. I won't miss you, and I can't find you. I want to hold you tonight. All the dirt you drag yourself under, you hide away from love. When will it be enough to grow? When will my love be enough for you? There she goes again, saying all those things to crawl under your skin. But I want you to breathe easy now, no. I'm thinking of you. All the dirt you drag yourself under, you hide away from love. When will it be enough to grow? When will my love be enough for you? I'm thinking of you, I'm waiting for you. I've got to find you. When will you ever feel whole? I'm thinking of you, I'm waiting for you. I've got to find you. Whenever you feel whole. All the dirt you drag yourself under, you hide away from love. When will it be enough to grow? When will my love be enough for you?
Thank you. This next song is called Rome.
Isn't there something we should talk about? instead of keeping quiet for the sake of love. There's not much love to have it all, and something I can't keep to myself. So I share it with you in hopes that you might be feeling what I'm feeling for you. 'Cause in my head, my love's so deep, it's not always as it seems to be. And maybe our Rome was meant to burn, and maybe my heart was set to fall for you. And maybe our Rome was meant to burn, and baby, my heart was set to fall for you. And I can't change the way you love me, and I can't change the way you feel. And maybe our Rome was meant to burn, maybe my heart was set to fall for you, yeah. But you taking my love, even when I'm telling you it'll never be enough. And so much blood falls on your hands over the years that you never claim it as your own. It'll never be enough to treat you better, but if I could change the way you left off, oh. 'Cause in my head our love's so strong. I never thought we'd go this far. And maybe our Rome was meant to burn, and maybe my heart was set to fall for you. And maybe our Rome was meant to burn, and baby, my heart was set to fall for you. And I can't change the way you love me, and I can't change the way you feel. And maybe our Rome was meant to burn, and baby, my heart was set to fall for you. Maybe our Rome was meant to burn, baby, my heart was set to fall for you. Maybe our Rome was meant to burn, baby, my heart was set to fall for you. And I can't change the way you love me, I can't change the way you feel. Maybe our Rome was meant to burn, baby, my heart was set to fall for you, yeah.
Thank you. This next song is called Unlearn, and it is dedicated to unlearn fear and hate, which if you are at the Arts Center and you take just a quick walk outside, there's a big plaque off Short Street dedicated to unlearn fear and hate, and they have a mission that really inspired me. If you take a walk around Lexington and look down at the sidewalks, you'll see spray painted unlearn fear and hate and other little positive messages around town. And they're basically, their mission statement is to help us kind of tackle some of these ingrained prejudices that we don't necessarily know that we hold on to. And they divide us, and they don't allow us to see that we have more in common than we do separate. So that's a mission that I really aligned with, and I was going through a pretty tough time in 2018, and I started writing this song. And it's called Unlearn, and it's about growing from your past mistakes and trying to be a better part of your community.
I'm feeling vanished. Ain't got nothing new to tell you today. You don't want to out me now. Take me all along those memories you hold. When I don't want to feel a thing. Well, it's reason enough to unlearn your hate, and it's reason enough to haunt me still. This one has a hold on me. Does this one have a hold on you? Ooh, does it haunt you still? Unlearn my past. Will show me some new way. I'm feeling vanished. Ain't got nothing new to tell you. Oh, and I knew it when you said goodbye. You could take your leave or stay. I knew it when you said you'd smile. If only you had a way. Unlearn my past. Show me a new way to go. I'm feeling vanished. Ain't got nothing new to tell you today. You don't want to out me now. Take me all along those memories you hold. When I don't want to feel a thing.
Thank you.
You're listening to Sunmates on Red Barn Radio tonight. This foursome is from Lexington here. They play synth pop music, and we've talked a little bit about this earlier on. The southern influences here, and John Fisk, the leader of the band, talked sort of eloquently about how all the members of this band have really sort of assimilated the kind of music that they grew up with and the kind of music that the state claims, which is bluegrass music and traditional music. And they've talked about how their music resembles that music in song structure and lyrical structure, and that's been really interesting for me to hear you talk about that, John. I wonder if we might go around and I'd like to meet everyone else. Not all of you have a mic, but I thought maybe you could slip, Shelby, you might be able to slip behind. Oh, you've got a mic right there. Oh, good. Everybody does have a mic. How about that? Good. So let's, why don't we start off over there? Logan, Todd, you're playing bass and synth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, talk to us about you and step up to that mic so we can. So
Yeah, is this
everybody.
okay?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Excellent. So I'm Logan. I've known John for, what is it, like 6-7 years now? Something like that. We originally met through playing in church bands, but we have a lot in common. I also have a marching band background as well. I did 2 years in a professional percussion ensemble, in high school and post-high school, where I played bass guitar. But a lot of where we cut our teeth was in church music. I mean, it was a really great way for us to get work. John and I actually met when we did a wedding together. And it's been gravy ever since. Yeah.
And did you? What about post high school? So you guys went to the same high school?
Oh, we did not actually.
Oh, you didn't? Okay,
No.
but you went to high school in Lexington here.
Yeah. I'm from Tate's Creek. He's from what was it, Lafayette?
The
Dunbar?
that
Yeah.
other school.
The
yeah.
other school.
Yeah. And did you go on to study in college after high school?
No, not at all. Actually, I took a very traditional route for young professionals. I mean, I went into, I've got a day job, a typical 9 to 5, but this has been a fun project that we've developed basically in our spare time, and it's incredible what we've built in that time as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Logan. And Shelby Watson, you're on synth and guitar. Talk to us about you.
Yeah. I'm mainly a guitar player. I fake it on keys. But John's probably is the first one that I met out of this group. I produced one of his albums with his old band, 2014, 15, something
Okay.
like that. So, it's great to learn, get to meet him and know him from there. And then I worked with Logan in church bands as well.
Okay.
Brandon actually met in this band though, so he's the new one for me.
All right, Brandon, to you. How about your training? Where do you come from?
So I'm born and raised here in Lex. I went to Lafayette, so I'm a general. So I guess technically me and John should be rivals, but we made it work. We're besties.
Did you go to Lafayette? Did you go to Scapa?
I did not, but I knew a lot of people in Scapa.
Sure.
I was in marching band too, so I was around all that. And like John said earlier, Lexington is specifically. I mean, we've got some great music programs, and I got a lot of good technical training from that. And
Any teachers you want to shout out?
shout out to Mr. Llewellyn, my percussion instructor. Huge influence. Also, shout out to Mr. Deathridge, Paul Deathridge, amazing drum set professor. He taught me a lot of really valuable lessons.
Paul's been on the program.
Oh, great!
Yep,
Yeah,
with a jazz group.
I'm going to shout out my teachers as well: Brian Flack, Justin Fisher, Jeremy Wade. Incredible guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Your teachers appreciate that.
Yeah.
I know they do. Yeah. Hey, why don't you guys you can sort of collaborate on this? Can you give us a little background on sort of this genre, this synth pop? Where does it come from?
We all very much appreciate like the new wave bands of the 80s.
Name
So I
some.
think that's where this sound style originated. A lot of my songs start out with just guitar, where, we kind of get sort of that more Americana type writing style where it's very simplified and, you can do it as a single person. But I really fell in love watching bands like New Order, Tears for Fears, The Cure. I loved their use of synths to make big orchestral movements. And I think part of that came from the Beatles and their use of the mellotron and different orchestra pieces and whatnot to fill out their sound. So when we were writing for this project, I really wanted to move out of our comfort zone and try to employ some of those sounds and those styles that these bands that have really inspired us have used in the past.
Yeah, cool. Well, that sort of gets me to my next question. I guess I'm wondering if there are, well, first of all, if getting into this kind of music automatically sort of has you guys becoming sort of music nerds or electronics nerds in some ways. And I wonder if there are particular instruments or maybe retro ones that do best at recreating sort of what you would call the sort of signature sounds of this genre.
Yeah, in this genre in particular, like the Juno 106, which you hear on every pop song on the charts when it came out in like 81 or 82, that is like the standard for synths. So a lot of string sections that you hear on songs, that's the Juno, a lot of brassy sounds, and those are very expensive and hard to use. So I actually ended up going with this Prophet Rev 2, which is a similar synth in a way, but it's more on the brassy side than the string side. But yeah, this has definitely made me a big nerd.
How about others? Any the rest of you care to comment? In that vein?
I actually got into
Go ahead, Logan.
synthesized music pretty quickly. It was a hyperfixation of mine during quarantine that I just picked up really fast. But I was inspired by the sort of modular synth sounds of Giorgio Moroder. And I try and emulate that a lot with I use a little Volca bass over here. It's a monophonic, tiny little synthesizer from Korg that has that really kind of, what's the right word? It kind of sounds like you're knocking at a door. This like really floppy bass tone, really heavy and woody.
What does he mean by that? Anybody care to?
Articulated but wolfy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't know what he
Definitely
means.
got
most
that
of the
low
time.
end, but still syncopated and separated, I would guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so I think another question I had for you guys is, do you have opportunities to get out and perform? And for whom?
We have played quite a few shows as a band. Back in 2019, we did, as a three-piece, prior to Shelby joining the band, we did a monthly brunch series over at Broomwagon. We wanted to offer free live music to people of all ages so they could come out and enjoy some music. And that was a really cool opportunity for us to collaborate with a local business that we all really enjoy and that community on the north side of Lexington. And just a really cool way for us to meet artists and musicians around town. And then, we played the classics like Owl's Bar, Green Lantern. We played a show at the Burl last year, which was interesting. We did an outdoor show. And we've played, we have quite a few shows booked in Cincinnati and Louisville. Those are kind of our sub-markets.
All right.
And last year was an interesting one with all of the live music basically dying at the same time. But luckily, we still found ways to be able to perform for people in a safer way.
Yeah, nice.
So
Well, Logan said the pandemic period was a time when he found himself getting into something new. Did any of the others of you do the same, follow suit? Was there a silver lining to the COVID cloud for you guys?
I think maybe not necessarily new, but COVID was definitely hard on us because it definitely, I think for a lot of bands, it took a lot of momentum away, just not being able to get out and express your music and show people. But for us, we kind of, took it with a grain of salt and moved forward, and it gave us a lot of opportunity to work on studio stuff. I don't think this EP that we're about to put out would be as cohesive and as complex as it could have been if we didn't have that extra time to really work on it given COVID. So that would definitely be a big silver lining moment for us.
Yeah, Brandon, do you have a setup at the house where you can play where you live?
Yeah,
Or
I do.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, this has been a lot of fun having you on the program. I'm so glad you could come. We've talked about this for, it seems like for a long time.
Yeah.
And finally we did it.
Yeah.
So we wish you all well. I'm glad that the evening's not over. There's more music to come from Sunmates. Let's welcome them back. Sunmates on Red Barn Radio.
thank you, Brad. And thank you for having us on here. We really appreciate it. The song is called Wait.
Take a chance, put out your cigarette, sitting by the poolside tonight, and then we'll take my car and we'll drive it through the night, just keep on moving till we see another state line. You know that nothing is as it seems tonight. We aren't the same as we once were before. Oh, and if I don't wanna lose your heart, you're telling me don't wanna wait, ooh, feel love. Don't wanna wait, ooh, spark ran out. We're taking hardship in strides. No matter the cost of light, you've sunk into my eyes. You've seen a love in me, and you know it's all for you. You know that nothing is as it seems tonight. We aren't the same as we once were before. Oh, and if I don't want to lose your heart, you're telling me, should I wait? Should I wait for you? Oh, yeah. Don't wanna wait, ooh, feel love. Don't wanna wait, ooh, feel love, feel love. Don't wanna wait, ooh, feel love. Don't wanna wait, ooh, feel love, feel love. You were only a fan when the songs were for you. But now that the night is almost over, will I see you around? And you were only playing this game 'cause you got bored with nothing to do. Oh, you just smoke, stuck sitting in your basement in a haze, thinking of me as a way to cope. If you had walked through the door and turned to me, could you find it in your heart? We are creatures of the night. That don't mean I don't crave your light. If I'm booming for you, I'm just booming. I'm just booming for you. I'm just booming. I've got nothing to do. I'm just booming. I'm just booming for you. Was it always a game for sport then? Is your race finally over? Would you come back to earth? You were only playing yourself. I know that it hurts you too. Now I'm sitting in that basement in a haze, thinking of me as a way to cope. We are creatures of the night, but that don't mean I don't crave your light. If I'm booming for you, I'm just booming. I'm just booming for you. I'm just booming. Got nothing to do. I'm just booming.
Thank you all.
Nice job. Nice job. Wow, so many people to thank for our program. First, the Sunmates, our guests this evening. And then there's our volunteers and staff who make our production happen so beautifully and sometimes even flawlessly each and every week. Thank you all for listening to our webcast, watching us on YouTube and Twitch, and those listening to us on the network of Red Barn stations and media worldwide. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU. Those of you here in the Central Kentucky area, you got to be sure to check out Red Barn TV, our weekly program of music now on ABC 36 WTVQ. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests and our program. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. Hey, Red Barn Radio is getting ready to set up a gaggle of chairs for a small number of music fans who want to attend our weekly Wednesday studio sessions at Arts Place here in Lexington. While first dibs will go to friends and family of the artists performing, 20 total seats will be available. The show will be free, so watch for more information on how to be part of our shows, and that's coming soon. And now, once again, folks, please welcome back Sunmates to the Red Barn stage.
Thank you all. This song is called I'm Not Strong, and we're putting it out next month, and it'll be on all of our websites, streaming platforms. You can listen to it there.
I could drown in love, can't swim when I'm alone. No shade to run to, the sun's so far. You can cry all you want, I still want to. Yeah. I'm not strong, I'm not strong, I'm not strong enough to hold, yeah. Oh, my love is such a weight on my heart. Oh, I'm not strong enough to hold. It's a weight, it's a weight, it's a weight on my love. How I fall out of touch, like a fall from a frame of mind. I'm still waiting. I've been crying, ooh, over someone else. Damn. You can love me back or not. I can't seem to find the words to say. Oh, how I miss you. I'm not strong. Yeah. No, I'm not strong. I'm not strong. I'm not strong enough to hold on my love. Ooh, it's such a weight on my heart. Oh, I'm not strong enough to hold. It's a weight, it's a weight, it's a weight on my love. I'm not strong. I'm not strong. No, I'm not strong. I'm not.
Well, that's all for our show for this week. But fear not, you can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide as we stream live on the web on YouTube and Twitch every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. You can hear archived performances on Spotify and iTunes, and you can see video on the Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to check out our social media, too, for updates to our upcoming schedules and more information on our program. Now, from all of us here at Red Barn Radio, to all of our friends worldwide, it's our hope that you have a great week. Keep working together to be safe and healthy. And until next time, good night from Red Barn Radio.